All right, today we're going to break down something I think is absolutely brilliant. We're not just looking at a company that sells printer ink. No, we are dissecting a masterclass in modern business strategy. This is the story of SpearInk and how they built a model where literally everyone wins.
We've all been there, right? You need to print one simple page. The ink is out, and you find out a tiny little plastic cartridge costs a small fortune. And then what? You're left with this piece of plastic that just gets tossed. It's such a wasteful and expensive cycle. But what if that waste wasn't actually waste at all?
And this is exactly where SpearInk comes into the picture. They looked at this universal frustration and cooked up a solution that is just so simple and, first and foremost, is a huge win for you, the customer.
Okay, the first hook is a big one. They cut your printing costs in half. Simple as that. By using their premium refilled cartridges, you immediately save 50% compared to buying the original brand. It's a straightforward, powerful reason to make the switch.
But the value here goes so much deeper than just your wallet. For all of us who are trying to be more conscious about our environmental impact, this number is a game changer. Choosing a refilled cartridge slashes the carbon footprint by a massive 80%. That's huge.
Now I know what you're thinking, because it's the big question. Is a refilled cartridge as good as a new one? And SpearInk knew you'd ask that, so they hit it head-on with a 100% quality guarantee, using top-tier ISO-certified inks. So the promise is clear. Same great quality, half the price, and a tiny fraction of the environmental damage. Zero compromises.
And with this, they're doing something really clever. They're not just refilling ink. They're basically creating a whole new category they call sustainable printing. It turns a boring purchase into a conscious, positive choice for the planet.
Okay, so saving money and helping the environment is awesome for the customer. But the real genius, the absolute masterstroke here, is how SpearInk turned the byproduct of their business, those empty cartridges, into the very engine of their growth. Let's take a look at how this flywheel gets spinning.
It all starts with a simple, powerful incentive. That little empty cartridge you used to throw in the bin, it now has actual value. SpearInk doesn't just ask you to recycle, they literally pay you for it. And they make it so easy. You just collect your empties, and notice this, they take any brand, which is a really smart move. Drop them off, and boom, you get an instant voucher. It's totally frictionless, and you get that immediate reward. And check this out. We're not talking about some abstract point system. This is real money. $5 for an ink cartridge, $8 for a toner. This creates such a strong reason not just to buy from them again, but to actually become a supplier for their whole operation. And the scale of this is just wow. Over 2.5 million cartridges kept out of landfills. This number isn't just an environmental victory, it's stone-cold proof that their incentive system is working on a massive scale.
So, you've got customers who are saving money, feeling good about their choices, and getting paid to bring back their empties. It's a great system. But this is where the model goes from just smart to absolute genius. Because that constant stream of returned cartridges, well, it's the lifeblood of something much bigger.
This is how it all connects. Those returned cartridges become the core inventory for a whole nationwide network of franchise partners. SpearInk isn't just in the business of selling ink. They're in the business of empowering entrepreneurs to build their own local, sustainable businesses. And the numbers for a franchisee are really compelling. For an investment of about $180,000, you get a protected territory and the potential to build a business pulling in up to $500,000 a year. And look at those profit margins. This is a serious business opportunity. And here's the proof that it works in the real world. This quote from Sarah Johnson says it all. In just a year and a half, she built the go-to solution in her town. Why? Because that environmental message gave her a unique edge that really connects with her local community. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, you see this perfect, self-reinforcing loop. It's incredible. The customer wins with big savings. The franchisee wins with a profitable business. The environment wins with every single cartridge saved. And the main company, SpearInk, wins with massive, scalable growth. It's a true win-win-win-win.
So what can we all learn from this? Well, SpearInk isn't just a great ink company.
What they've really done is create a replicable blueprint for building a modern business that's both highly profitable and genuinely good for the world.
Here are the 3 big takeaways. First, align your profit with your purpose. For them, saving the planet directly fuels their business. Second, turn your liabilities into assets. They took trash, empty cartridges, and made it the cornerstone of their supply chain. And third, empower partners to scale. Franchising let them grow their mission and their market way faster than they ever could have on their own.
And that really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Every business, every single industry has some form of waste, right? It could be leftover materials, unused data, whatever. The lesson from SpearInk is to stop looking at that waste as a problem and start looking at it as a hidden asset, just waiting to power your own virtuous cycle. So the question is, what's yours?